everyone, I'm Allison. Thank you for joining me for Where I'm From, 239 with Julie. What have you been reading? I read One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter, essays by Scotchy Cool, who is senior writer with Slate, and I was listening to her podcast and her profile on Lindy West and adult braces and all of that, and I thought, I want to read some of her longer form content, so I read this book of essays. She has a more recent book that I'll also read. I enjoyed it. I thought it was writing on Slate, and one of the essays, Hunting Season, really stood out for me because I thought it was, I'd never really read an essay quite in the same way. Hi, Julie, we did it.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. That was so stressful.
I know. I always really feel for people because I've been through this a lot of times and I know we'll figure it out. But I think for people who are doing it for the first time, it's very stressful.
I've never been on Instagram Live before. I mean, I've been on Zoom for 6 years,
I know.
and sometimes I'll get hit with StreamYard and I'll be like, oh no, I hate StreamYard or Meets or whatever else. But this is the first experience with this.
Yeah. What I like about this is it's not a lot of work for me. I don't have to edit it. I don't have, it just, we have a conversation and then it's done.
Yeah. All right.
Which makes it very sustainable for me.
All right.
Because if you have to edit it and everything, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So thank you for dealing with your discomfort and showing up. So
I've got tools for that.
Right. Your handle is Mindful Methods for Life. So,
hello.
Yeah. Hopefully you deep breathed or looked around the room or different colors or smells or whatever works for you.
You're doing the 5 things.
Yeah. Those are the easy ones. I feel like those are like very accessible things to do. Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to share before you read your poem?
The only
you're
thing
working
is
on or doing or anything?
Well, the only thing is about this poem that's so interesting is when I wrote it, I wasn't trying to be a poet or working on poetry or thinking I would even be a poet.
Mm-hmm.
It was for a training that the ACLU was doing around the time right after George Floyd got murdered, and there were all these great trainings going on, and it was like a group of leaders, and it was an icebreaker exercise. So if I were to do it again, I understand you do it every year, but if I were ever to do it again, now that I'm a poet and I'm taking so many poetry courses, classes, workshops, I would probably do it in a more poetic way. This is just completely straightforward, which I guess is what's cool about this exercise, right?
I think that's what's cool about it is the breadth of choices that you can make with it. And I've had, published poets, award-winning poets, people who've never written a poem.
Right.
So it's like, I think George Outlaw very much feels like it's for everyone. And knowing her has been
what a cool thing.
Wonderful for me. I know it is a cool thing.
Such a cool thing. So this poem that I'm about to read, called Where I'm From, which is the same title as everybody else's Where I'm From poem, is in my first poetry collection that came out last month. Yeah.
Oh, do you have one there?
The book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. Yay.
Yeah.
Aw.
Gorgeous illustrations.
Is such a huge adventure. So
oh my God, amazing. So, okay, here goes. Here goes, Allison, Where I'm From. I am from the Random House Dictionary on its own built-in desk in the library near the gold flokati rug, a rug that could tell tales. From Fig Newton's and Grandma Claire's oatmeal cookies delivered in an oatmeal cylinder box covered in brown paper and sent through the mail. I am from the flagstone and wood house with 2 blue spruce trees in the front yard, 2 apple and pear trees in the backyard. I am from lilac bushes running the length of the hedge and my mom's green thumb making magic in colors, textures, and scents. reds, oranges, yellows, and pinks, and purples, which I sometimes helped push into rich soil. I am from matzo balls and brisket and be dressed in the foyer by 5 p.m. from the Jacobowitzes and the Scherrs. I'm from whoever guesses the color of the door at the next motel gets a treat from the vending machine, and always keep your options open. From C's are not acceptable in this house, and you won't be in trouble if you tell the truth. I'm from the scholarship of the Chachems V to the atheists and everything in between. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, via Poland and Russia, from chocolate ice cream and black licorice, from my parents eloping at age 18, together for 67 years until death did them part, from my father supporting my mother in her career aspirations in the 1960s before men did those things, she bashing glass ceilings in healthcare administration, authoring 5 books, and lecturing around the globe with him, from dozens of photo albums in storage, but my mom's perfume bottle collection, cow collection, and owl collection gracing my shelves. My dad's cashmere sweaters and throw blankets keeping me warm and connected, and a pile of his shirts lovingly made into a quilt. I am a link in the chain, going backward through time and forward forever. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
And here's his shirts. Here's my daddy.
That's
Here's
a lovely
my daddy's
thing to
shirts. My
do.
daddy's shirts. All
I love
cozy,
quilts.
cozy.
Yeah. Did you do it yourself, or did you have someone
Oh, are
do
you
it?
kidding me?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I have reinvented.
I couldn't.
I have
couldn't.
reinvented myself many, many times in this past 65 years.
Yeah.
But quilting is not
But
one of the
seamstress
things.
was not one of them. Yeah.
Oh my God. When I was, I don't know if you had to, but in Cleveland, Ohio, they made you take home ec, and sewing was one of the components.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fashion show that you had to wear your thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I had these denim shorts with strawberries on them, and the zipper was pinned in with safety pins, and the hem was safety pinned all the way around. Like this was not, no.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't have home ec anymore, but we did have foods. That was what we were, which was
What?
funny. So it was called foods. And so we just had to, and it was, the girls all had to take, and this was in 1988, and I was in 8th grade, and all the girls had to take foods and all the boys had to take woodwork. And
They
I
got
said,
wood
well,
shop. They got a better deal. Yeah.
Can I take wood shop? And then they said, well, you can take wood shop as an elective.
Oh, so you had to do both.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I'm not going to
do
that.
Because you had to do foods, right?
Yes. And it was like, I don't know. I was so enraged by it. I was so like, how dare you tell us that, like, because of our gender, we have to learn to cook.
Yeah.
Just
imagine being alive in the 100 years ago or more, where you actually had to do like fine stitching and cooking because your job in life was to take care of the husband and the house. Geez, that would really suck. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
please say that. I think it would. Yes. Obviously, there's many things we still need to work on as a society.
But there's been great improvement.
But I'm very glad that I don't believe girls are taking foods anymore.
Unless they want to.
Right. They aren't required, though. So I thought that those oatmeal cookies or eclairs sounded delicious.
Oh my God. I think it's probably why oatmeal raisin cookies are my favorite, just from the memory of getting those.
Yeah.
And actually in my second collection, which won't come out for another full year, but I'm, the manuscript's done.
Yeah.
I'm revising the poems in there now. I have a prose poem about Grandma Claire. She was my mom's mom.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's love.
Oh my God.
Food isn't always love, but it is often. And it's definitely something I care about. Like
And she,
I am moved when people cook or bake for me. It's
oh yeah,
meaningful to me. And when I do it for others, it's meaningful to me. So
I'm a pretty good cook, but
same.
I have bake phobia.
I'm not a real
So
baker. I'm not detail oriented enough. I'm a real improvisational cook, which is
yeah, me
not
too.
good for
That's fun.
baking.
No, you have to follow the rules.
I'm just not a rule follower in that way. It's like, be fine. No,
The La Jolla
it won't be
Playhouse
fine.
they just mounted a new show. The La Jolla Playhouse is
Hmm.
always doing new theater, and they
Hmm.
just mounted a new show called Recipe, and it was about the life of Julia Child.
Oh, wow.
And
That
Julia
sounds great.
Child was she was really, her voice was really annoying. Okay, like
Yes. It was
she
on
did
in my household. Hmm.
she did incredible. She did an incredible
She
service
had a
for all
supportive
of
husband.
us. Yeah, fantastic supportive
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
But the actress that played her, it was almost difficult to hear the voice.
I can imagine because if you're
It
doing
was sort
a
of up
decent
here.
yeah, if you're doing a decent job,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
sort of a caricature of this
it's hard.
lady. Yeah,
I
so
can
hard.
imagine that's yeah. The other thing, I also had blue spruces. Oh, I had a blue
Oh,
spruce in my front yard. I love a blue spruce. And a dictionary with its own desk. That's a
yeah.
dream.
Oh my God. So this was an old house, and
Mhm.
in the library, which had mahogany shelves, there was like
Amazing.
one of those desks that was mahogany that was
Mhm.
attached to the wall, that had like that you'd
Mhm.
see like in a law library or something,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
had a slanted top and a lip, and it held this huge Random House dictionary. I don't know where that dictionary went. Like
I
when my
just love
parents
that.
sold the house, whether
Right.
my sister got it, who's
Hmm.
7 years older, I have no idea. She got the Nancy Drew books, like
Yeah.
47 Nancy Drew books. She got the whole collection.
Hmm. I don't know if you remember the movie Say Anything with John Cusack and Ione Skye, but she had a dictionary in it and she had marked every word that she looked up. And it's like a moment in the
Seriously?
movie. Yeah, when he opened, she said, "Oh yeah, I've just marked every word I've looked up." Of course he opens the dictionary and it's like
They
so many
totally
words. And it's
marked
yeah. And
because
he's
she's
very
a genius.
intimidated. Yes, because she's a genius. And he's a supportive spouse to be. And I always thought, oh, that would be cool to do, but
I
never
used to
did.
love reading the
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia
Yeah.
Britannica. I used to
Yeah.
love that. We had a kid
Yeah.
set, we had an adult set. It was
Hmm.
fantastic.
We were just
Yeah.
recently talking
And
about encyclopedias. We're like, so those don't exist anymore, right?
well,
I mean,
okay, never mind Google.
yeah,
You got ChatGPT 4, which is what I
I
use. And
I don't use AI.
my husband uses Claude.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I'm like, what'd your boyfriend say about that today? Is what I ask him. But
Yeah.
actually, for things like putting in the dog's medical records and having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation about what's going on, because we had such a rough weekend with our old girl Madeline. She had respiratory distress attack, and we had to take her to the hospital. They kept her overnight. They had to do high flow oxygen. So for a doggy, you can't keep a cannula in your nose, so they have to
Right.
do stitches. And
Right.
oh my
Right.
God, so she's
Oh,
back now, but she had a bad night. And anyhow, AI is really good for stuff like that.
I'm just against it. So I just don't use it. I because of
Well, good
the
for you.
environmental ramifications and just I
Well,
don't
you're
know.
right. You're
As a
right.
writer, I'm just like, no, I will
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But I get that it's useful.
Yeah.
But
It's
I just am like, I can't, I don't know. I think also it's like some kind of like Pandora's box. Like I haven't opened it. And so I
yeah.
don't, but I know so many people who use it. I don't like using it for writing. I will say that
Oh, no, no,
very
no.
like across the
No, me
board. I feel
neither.
like,
No, and
you
you know
know,
what? You can tell when somebody makes a post. I don't I'm just
mm-hmm,
brand new at Instagram. Like I was
mm-hmm.
just comfortable with Facebook, and leave me there with my old people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
I also
like
think there's a really strong community on Facebook. Like people are
yeah,
very supportive
yeah.
and
And
invested in
now
each
on
other. Hmm.
Substack also.
Yeah.
But if somebody posts something,
Hmm.
you can
Yeah.
tell if they've used AI, because
Hmm.
there's something about the rhythm of it that's
Hmm.
like too smooth. It's
Yeah.
like you can tell it. You can
Yeah.
tell like in your gut that a person didn't write that.
Mm-hmm.
even though it's grammatically flawless. And maybe that's part of the problem, is that it's grammatically flawless, and the human would write with more
Mm-hmm.
with more rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
with more syncopation,
I think also it's just like, if you're a writer, you're working on developing your voice, and it's not just at the end that you're working on your voice. You're working on it the whole time, from
Yeah.
early drafts and notes,
Yeah.
and like, how do you find your process if you're not, I mean, because to me that's been a huge part of writing, is just
Yeah.
finding my way, and how I best can do it. So,
Yeah.
and I like all of that as well.
I
I
do
mean,
too. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun taking all these poetry
oh,
classes.
that's so great.
It's so
So were you a
amazing.
poet when you were younger?
No, not really. I mean, I have some memories of writing some poems in high school,
Hmm.
and I took poetry, and my mom would help me analyze poems, because sometimes on the first read you're like, what is this? And then
Hmm. Hmm.
after a careful reading, you can actually determine and discern
Hmm.
what it is and
Hmm.
how it was done. And then in college, I was a theater psych major. I wrote some poetry, but it's embarrassing. It was like, if a guy was
Yeah.
a jerk and I had a one
Yeah.
night stand, I would
Yeah.
write him like a screw you poem, you know?
Hmm.
And then I became a lawyer, which
Hmm.
basically takes every ounce of creativity you have and,
Hmm. Hmm.
shreds it and flushes it down the toilet. So then forget
Okay.
that. And
Hmm.
then mindful self compassion, when I was writing that book, the first one, Life Falls Apart, it's a mindfulness memoir, and it's really a lot of prose. And it's
Hmm.
really like, people said, "Oh my God, Julie, it's like having a cup of coffee and talking to you."
Hmm.
Like, my voice is it's not highbrow. It's very approachable, authentic,
Hmm.
whatever,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And then the second mindfulness book was a compilation of blog posts that going back
Hmm.
10 years,
Hmm.
reframed into this acronym that I came up with to help people manage their shit. Soothing touch, name the emotion, act, and praise. It's just to manage your nervous system, the
Hmm.
whole the
Hmm.
whole little package of it. And then I started writing poetry, because I was reading poems every week to the mindfulness group that I was holding
Hmm.
online
Yeah.
because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I have to say, James Cruz played a huge part of that, because he came out with these anthologies. So I was reading all these different poets. Then I was
Hmm.
researching all these different poets.
Hmm.
Also, Phyllis Cole Dye, who has the Raft,
Hmm.
she had two anthologies on poetry of presence, which were all these different poets. It was all these inspirational poems. And so I started writing them, but I had no education in it whatsoever. So now
Hmm.
I'm playing catch up. I'm like 20 weeks into a 25-week course.
Oh, wow.
So that, through Writers Inc., it's a prior poet laureate here in San Diego, Ron Salisbury, and he's helping craft and edit. And then I take all these workshops. Ellen Bass has been
Hmm.
unbelievable for revision. And now I'm in this conscious writers collective. Maya
Hmm.
Popa created this thing, and it's sort of like a alternative to an MFA. And you can take as much time as you have. You could be
Hmm.
inside that platform, taking
Hmm.
classes and learning and getting
Hmm.
read and critique. And so I'm just loving it. I can't
I'm
believe at
so
age
glad.
65 I did this.
I think it's so great. I love it. I just, life is full of surprises, and some of them
It's
are good.
some of
So
them are good.
I'm happy to hear about your good one, because I just think sometimes I think as we age, it's like certain doors feel like they're closing, and some of them are, but there are doors that are kind of reopening that were once closed. And so I love hearing about that, and that it's bringing you so much joy.
Yeah, oh my God, it's so fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun. And I think it's actually helping my brain, because you know how they
Oh,
say
for sure.
new
think
and
so.
novel,
Yeah.
especially when you age. I mean, you're
Yeah.
younger than I am, but you'll see, sweetheart.
I mean, I think it starts. What's funny about aging is, I mean, it starts pretty early. You can see
Yeah.
people calcifying in their beliefs and the way they move through the world, and this idea of what's right and that they have it all figured out. And I think particularly being a parent gives you an opportunity to sort of to look at those beliefs, but not everyone who's a parent does it. And
Right.
it's not a given, but
My
it
kids
can
threw me
give you
off a
that.
cliff, literally.
Right.
They're the reason I became a mindful self-compassion teacher, because I
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
taking these mindfulness classes
Hmm.
because it was recommended by a neurologist
Hmm.
when I went to see whether I had a brain tumor because the wrong word was coming out of my
Oh,
mouth. It
wow.
was because I had three teenagers. And
Right. Right.
right. And the
Right.
twins
Hmm.
were giving me a run for my money like you wouldn't
Hmm.
believe.
Hmm.
So, everybody's in their 30s.
Hmm.
We all
Yeah.
survived. We're all
Right. And
still
you
here.
probably, I mean, you might have been also
I
going
was
through
just a
perimenopause as
train
well.
wreck. Yeah. And my
I mean,
parents, I was that sandwich lady
yeah. Yeah.
with these kids that were just
Yeah.
getting in trouble and getting kicked out of school. And then
Yeah.
my parents, and oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a
So,
lot.
and I
Life's a
think
lot.
it, it is. I mean, it is. And right now, it's a lot. I mean, I feel like I have to work really hard every day to
Yeah.
um to find hope and joy and
Hmm.
to understand that the little things that we do matter,
Yeah.
because I think it just can feel so overwhelming, and that's how it's designed to work. They want us to feel overwhelmed and dissociate and just be like,
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
But an independent journalist broke this Eric Swalwell story, and look at what change she look at
Right.
that, obviously all of them and her. Look at what they did. It's
Right.
pretty powerful.
Right. Do what you
So
can with
yeah,
what you have,
yeah,
where you are.
yeah.
And
So
that's what makes the world go round.
yeah, and I feel like if you are doing something good and supporting other people in their acts, then that it matters. It does matter. So thank you for joining me, Julie. Any last thoughts before we say goodbye?
No, I want people to read poetry.
Yeah,
I want them to
yeah,
read a wide range of poets.
yeah. No, those anthologies are a good suggestion, I think, because sometimes you pick up a book of poetry and it's like, well, this isn't really for me, and then maybe you don't
Right.
pick up another one.
Right.
But there's so many different types of poetry, and I do think actually Instagram
Hmm.
has helped with people finding poetry that might not have found it other places.
My poetry teacher thinks the Instagram poets are just garbage.
I
But
know, but
it's
but they
because
but they're
it's because
helping
he's
people. Yeah,
83. Okay. And
yeah,
so I've presented him with some
yeah,
gorgeous poems
yes,
that I happened to discover on Facebook. And
yeah,
he's like, okay, okay. And
yes.
last year, James Cruise's his three anthologies in a
Hmm.
box set
Hmm.
were on sale. I know I should always buy them from an independent bookstore, but they were on sale on Amazon as
Hmm.
the book set. And I bought 10
Hmm.
of the little book set of the three
Hmm.
books to
Hmm.
give to my loved ones, because
Hmm.
what a joyous thing to get those three little perfect
Yeah,
anthologies.
yeah, yeah. And my thing with Instagram, I mean, I like a lot of the Instagram poetry. I also, if it's reaching people, like that's the point.
Right. Right.
It's not about the sort of
Right.
gatekeeping.
Does it make
This
you
is
feel good?
Yes. Is it making
Does
you
it
feel and be seen? Feel seen.
does
My
it make you
God.
feel good?
Yeah. So I just, I understand people have quibbles, but I
I'm
am
with you.
grateful that it is. I mean, poetry is more popular. It's been a long time. So
Yeah.
what could be bad
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Julie. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you for sharing
too.
your poem. Bye.
Bye.